In this mashup of the Lerman and Clayton film, we will analyze the differences between the chemistry of Nick and Jordan, how the party guests are portrayed, and how Gatsby is gossiped about. We will discuss how each of these differences contribute to the director's goal of each film and how each film relates to its respective audience. Other things to pay attention to in the mashup include the differences of setting, music, costumes, and cinematography.
In the 1974 film, the chemistry between Nick and Jordan is awkward, almost as though Nick has to be polite to Jordan.
In the Lerman film, Nick and Jordan have a stronger, more powerful chemistry. Their body language is less forced and more natural. For example, when he takes her hand, he looks like he's love-struck, and when they walk down the staircase together, they look as if they are almost glued together. Lerman includes these interactions to create a dramatic love story.
In contrast to the flashy nature of the Lerman film, the first party scene in the Clayton film mimics the conservative nature of the 1970s, the decade in which the film was produced. While the Clayton party scene may be viewed upon as less grand than the Lerman party scene, when the Clayton film was produced, the party scene was viewed upon as risque by its respective audience. The Lerman film focuses on the modern spin of the Great Gatsby, while the Clayton film more closely mimics the true feeling of the jazz era. The Lerman party scene features the best of everything, the most decorative costumes, flowing rivers of alcohol, and the top musical artists, with the camera angles constantly changing. On the other hand, the Clayton party scene focuses more closely on the guests of the party, whereas the cinematography includes longer frames. One mystery in the first party scene is the guests describing Gatsby, which both films produce in a different angle.
Who is this Gatsby?
When I was here last, I tore my gown on a chair and he asked my name.
Who's he?
Gatsby, of course. Inside of a week, I got a package from Quarriers with a new evening gown.
He was a German spy during the war.
Teddy Barton, Nick Carraway.
There's something funny about a fellow who'll do a thing like that. He doesn't want any trouble with anybody.
Who?
Gatsby.
A German spy?
No. He's the Kaiser's assassin.
Somebody told me. Somebody told me they thought he killed a man once.
Killed a man?
I heard that he was connected with the government during the war. In a high way. A spy, I heard.
I heard he was in oil from a man who knew all about him, grew up with him in Texas.
I knew somebody who grew up with him in St. Paul.
I heard he killed a man once.
It's true. Kills for fun, free of charge. He's certainly richer than God.
Sometimes when he doesn't know anyone's looking at him, you can see it in his eyes.
Those rare smiles that you may come across 4 or 5 times in life. It seemed to understand you and believe in you just as you would like to be understood.
In both films, the guests say that Gatsby killed a man and that he's a spy. A difference in the Clayton film is that Gatsby is shown as admirable. In the Clayton film, the gossiping party guests are sitting at the dinner table. However, the Lerman film creates more intrigue about Gatsby because this scene has more action. The camera is constantly moving, and the characters are either standing or walking. In addition, the frame changes constantly. Both movies illustrate Fitzgerald's main ideas.
Fitzgerald's view of corruption is demonstrated by the party guests consuming alcohol in excessive amounts. Fitzgerald's disdain of the wealthy is also conveyed by having the rich party guests act in frivolous manners.
Here right now, though we get